August 18th, 2017. Welcome to the Philly Podcast. And today we are just going to really just talk about the Eagles. Um, I'm not going to really get into baseball today. I mean, the Phillies just game last. Well, I mean, they came back, but that was that. But against San Fran, they lost the game 5-4. But we're just going to stick football today. Um, so last night, Eagles beat the Bills in the preseason game, 20-16. And and let me just start by saying the Schuylkill Expressway is probably. I mean, listen, I've I've only been to a number of places. I mean, I haven't really traveled much. I mean, the farthest I've gone was probably Florida. I mean, but the Schuylkill Expressway. If I were to rank the Schuylkill, the traffic in Virginia, and the George Washington Bridge, they are the three worst. Like that's like the most like the worst traffic I've ever been. I mean, seriously. I mean, I we left my house at about, what was it, 5:45. We got out pretty quick. Got to the Schuylkill pretty quick, and then the Schuylkill was just slow. It was slow. Me to walk into the stadium and get to my seat with 5 minutes left in the first quarter. I mean, I'm not complaining. I mean, listen, I would take the train, but the problem is you'd have to take the train back at night, and I don't want to be stuck at the Fern Rock Transportation Center at like at like 1 in the morning, seriously, or like 10 o'clock at night, because it's pretty sketchy over there. Same thing with Suburban Station. If I were to go there, I mean, it's pretty sketchy. Anyway, um, I was at the game. I really just kind of chill at the game. I mean, I wasn't. I watched the game obviously, but like I walked around a little bit. We were up in that Miller Lite flight deck, which is like a standing room area. It's pretty cool up there. You get a nice view. I had seats, but they were kind of congested, I guess you could say. Um, but yeah, I mean, I watched a good portion of the game. I listened to the first couple series on the radio as we were pulling into the link. Um, but it was all right. I mean, I'd rather go to a regular season game, but it is what it is. Um, Wentz, he had a couple issues. I mean, I think he only played maybe 3 or 4 series. He had a couple 3-and-outs. Um, yeah, I wouldn't say Wentz had any issues. I mean, he really didn't play that much. I'll take that back. But he had some issues with the receivers in the first couple um, possessions. Went 6 for 9, 56 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. Um, I mean, really nothing. I mean, really, I mean, he didn't play that much. I mean, the last drive that he played in, he was really looking good throwing the ball. He was really looking good throwing the ball to Jeffrey, and Blunt actually caught the ball. I know he ended up fumbling, but he ended up, you know, making some pretty good receptions. Um, he did catch and run pretty good, but the line issues are just bad. They are just bad. We need Jason Peters back. I know he's dealing with some issues in his family, but Matt Tobin is terrible. He's been terrible. Matt Tobin has not impressed me at all, and I think they should cut him. I really do. I really think they should cut him. He is so bad, so bad. The line needs to like. It's starting to scare me a little bit. The line can obviously play better. I mean, you got to help your running back. You got to help your quarterback. I mean, I know Winston gets sacked, but still, I mean, you got to help. You got to make your contribution. This line is way better. I don't care if it's the second preseason game. I don't care if it's week 6. I mean, the line has to play good. We have a full good line this year, and they are supposed to be. And well, yeah, they are a very good crew. That is a very good line, but they are just not showing it. And I know, and we'll see what happens next week against Miami. I think we'll see the most of the starters in next week. They'll probably play maybe a half. We'll see. But I really want to see a big improvement with the offensive line because I'm going to tell you this right now. Week 1, Ryan Kerrigan is going to come after us. I'm just telling you. He's going to just rumble through that line and get the wins. I'm just telling you that right now. We need the line to play good. I'm starting with the offense, then I'll get to defense. Jeffrey, he impressed when he caught the ball. I mean, he looked very good in that one possession, but other than that, I mean, once overthrew him a couple times. Yeah, Blunt was not really that good because the offensive line running the ball, but catching the ball, he did have a nice couple receptions, but then he fumbled. I mean, seriously, you got to hold on to the football. I mean, I need Blunt to start to, Blunt needs a kick. Blunt and the offensive line need a kick in the ass. I swear to God, they need a kick in the ass because they have to start moving. They have to start getting rolling here. So that's really that's just starting to become a pain in the ass. Aguilar caught the ball. Had a couple nice receptions. He's trying to make his case for the slot. Hold on a second. I'll get to Matt Collins real quick. I just want to start with the defense because I'm dying to talk about the defense. Jalen Mills had a very good game. He put a very nice hit on the one receiver. Michael Kendricks is impressing, but Desert Eagle 90, if you guys ever watch him, he's a pretty good YouTuber. He said that Michael Kendricks is good. He's playing good football. But he made a very good point. He's trying to show something to Howie Roseman and to all the other and to the teams that need a linebacker like him. Like he's trying to audition to get traded. He's playing good because he wants to show the other teams that that what he can do. And he wants to get out. I mean, still. I mean, I like how he's playing, but he doesn't want to be here. Seriously, he doesn't want to be here. I'm trying to get the stats from last night. Game book, game day. All right, so yeah, Kendricks. I mean, he's trying to show other teams that what he can do, and he wants to get. That's why he's playing good. And then Barnett. I think he's going to start over Vinny Curry. To be honest with you, I really do, because he has been at the quarterback almost every play. I mean, he's been showing me that he wants to play football. He wants to play. I mean, he wants to start, and I think he should. I mean, he's outplaying Vinny Curry. He is outplaying Vinny Curry. Back to the offense real quick. Matt Collins only had one reception for 6 yards. I was kind of disappointed because freaking Matt McGloin played like shit. I mean, he's awful. And, that's why Matt Collins only got one reception for 6 yards. I mean, he did not throw to him. I want to see next game. Other thing with the offense. Why are we doing sweep Stagler? I do not get that. I really don't. I mean, that's just going to be something bad. I mean, I'd rather do a sweep to maybe Alshon Jeffrey or somebody like that with a little bit more beef. I mean, seriously. I mean, Alshon Jeffrey has some speed, but Aguilar, come on. Anyway, um, um, yeah, Barnett played good. I think he's going to start over Vinny Curry. Ronald Darby has officially proven me. He was on Anquan Bolden the whole game, all the time he was in. He proved that he can ball out. I freaking love that guy now. I really do. I really love Ronald Darby. He played great. He only let up one little thing to Anquan Bolden, but other than that, dude, he picked off Tyrod Taylor. He had Anquan Bolden locked down the whole game, and I am very impressed with Ronald Darby. I'm not going to call him a steal yet. I want to see him play one more game. I want to see him in a regular season game, and if he shows me the same exact stuff, I will officially call him a steal. That's when I'll call him a steal. But other than that, he is our corner. We have some live chat action. Andrew Collington is pretty much taken over the live chat. No Phillies BS. Yeah, we're not talking about the Phillies today. Season's over. Okay. I-95 Manassas, Virginia to Delaware is horrible. And it's probably bad. It's very bad. Manassas, Virginia. I was up there. It's solid. Where? George Washington? Oh, my God. Oh, Manassas, Virginia is just around DC is terrible. Around DC is awful. I mean, if you go, only drove down to Disney a couple years ago, and Virginia was a pain in the balls. I swear to God. I mean, DC. I mean, Virginia's bad, but George Washington Bridge barely moves. I mean, going into New York, it barely moves. I mean, if you go up to New York, you have three options. Pick your poison. It's George Washington, Lincoln, or Tom. Washington's just bad. I think it's just bad. No, Virginia, it stretches, but it's like I think George Washington, you're like sitting there for like 2 hours trying to get into New York. I'd say it's probably a tie between Virginia and George Washington. I'd say it's probably a tie. Next time I go up there, I'm doing the train. I know I'll be up there again for something. But Virginia's just bad. Really bitch about the Schuylkill. Had I been through traffic in Virginia and George Washington Bridge, but Schuylkill's bad. It's just bad. When you start going towards Philly and like the Lincoln Highway or the Boulevard meets up with the Schuylkill, that's when it starts getting bad. And it was bad the whole way. It was bad until like once you got past the city. Last night, it was just bad. To the stadium. It's 95 is bad. If you're coming from the Northeast, it's just bad. I mean, for one, if you're going to a 1:00 Eagles game or a day Phillies or Eagles Fire, or a day Phillies game, go to just use the subway. It's not that bad. All right, so now we're 2 preseason games in. What have I seen? I'm going to tell you guys what I've seen and what I'm seeing from this team. We're 2 preseason games in. I've said that was like the second time. The line needs to. I'm going to tell you what we need to improve. The offensive line. They are just god awful. The offensive line is god awful as of right now. I mean, you want to see Blunt run the ball. You want to see Blunt just bolt through and be like that back that he was again in New England. And I think he can. I really do. I think he can. But we need to get Jason Peters back at some point. I want to see Jason Peters. Next game when you're playing the Dolphins, I wonder if they'll start Ndamukong Suh. I don't want to see Ndamukong Suh up in freaking Carson Wentz's grill. I mean, seriously, come on. Like, they got to play good next week. They got to show me that they are ready for the Washington Redskins. They got to show me that they're ready to take on Ryan Kerrigan. They're ready to run the ball. I don't want this to turn into DeMarco to hell. I don't want Blunt to turn into more a couple years ago. I mean, seriously. If you want to see the same thing with Sproles, same thing with Corey Clement, I think he's going to know it seriously. But I want the line to pull and cut. Okay, he sucks. Matt Tobin is bad. Okay. I hate him. I mean, once. I mean, Jeffrey pass, Matt Collins-Aguilar. I mean, someone's going to get open if he has time. Someone's going to get open. I mean, no corners are just going to they're just not going to. I don't want to say give up, but they're going to run out of steam, and then the receiver's going to be open. Once has a completion. The defense has been playing great. I am really impressed with Derek Barnett. I think he's going to get the nod over Vinny Curry. I've only seen one game at Derby, and he looked great. He really did look great. Jalen Mills looks good with our corners. Chris Long, I'm pretty happy with him. But he's kissing Malcolm Jenkins' ass on the sideline during the anthem. I mean, I just hate that. But, it is what it is. I'm going to be excited about the defense. Now, fan account on Instagram pretty much made up a good point. The Eagles, Giants last year, relying on the defense to win you games. I'm not. But sometimes, but I think what would separate, if we would turn out to be that team, I think we wouldn't last long in the playoffs. I mean, seriously, we'd be a good team, but we wouldn't last long. At some point, they're going to break down. You're going to have to rely on your offense. I mean, seriously. I mean, you're going to need a defense. You're going to need it out in the offense. They have pretty good playmakers on that offense. Is a very good playmaker. He's a guy that, if you get inside the red zone, he's just going to bust through. And you're going to need him. You're going to need him in the red zone. You're going to need him to punch in those touchdowns. You're going to need him to punch in 2-point conversions if they go for him. You're going to need him to punch in that extra yard when third or second and short. You're going to need him. If you have a good offense, a good defense, a good football team, a 4-year-old can tell you that. They have a good offense and a good defense. I mean, they could be good. They could be very good in the division, and they could be a very good football team. A very good football team. Hendricks is going to last, by the way, too. I don't think Hendricks is going to last. They'll get rid of him at some point. I mean, he is trying to, like I said earlier, he is trying to show other teams and GMs what he can do because he clearly doesn't want to be here. He does. To to be prepared for September 10th. But I am tired of preseason. I'm just the real thing, Like it's gotten to that point. I'm just in third stringers. I'm tired of seeing, all this and that. I mean, a guy in my section made a pretty good, or my dad, I think it was my dad, made a pretty good point that the preseason games is only 95% of the spots are taken. Have already been, we already have our start. I mean, 95% of the positions have already been taken. So you have starters at 95%. The preseason games are there to see who can fill in the other 5% of spots. I mean, seriously. And that's a good point if you guys got me there. So he said that 95% of the team is they already have 95% of the team. They're 95% of the starters. They're trying to figure out who can fill in the other 5%. I didn't explain that good, but it is. Yeah, but I'm just tired of preseason. I am tired of preseason. I want to move on. I really do. A meaningful preseason game against Miami, and then you get to be all third and fourth stringers. I mean, that's just going to be boring. But we're inching closer. It's going to be here before we know it. With Christmas, I mean, Christmas is going to be here. But it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting. I mean, this is a team that I think can be very good. I mean, they just need a kick in the ass. The running and the line needs a kick in the ass. And connection issues. Eagles fan account on Instagram said that Wentz doesn't have any chemistry with Jeffrey. I'm starting to get nervous. Wentz looked good against Jeffrey. What are you talking about? In that last possession, they looked good. They looked good. He looked good throwing the ball to him. He looked really good. Some of these Eagle fan accounts on Instagram, they're just spams and they just blurt out random shit and they're all dumb. They all wanted Jordan Matthews to come back. Jordan Matthews is hurt, and we got a very good corner now. I am fully for that trade, and I'm glad. I'm 95% sure it worked out better for the Eagles. But I mean, they're just stupid. They're just stupid. I think they are just the dumbest. I mean, seriously, I just think they're all dumb. Bring back Jordan Matthews. Bring back J-Matt. Bring back J-Matt. No. No. Our defense is going to carry us. I mean, like, as of right now, as of August 18th, the day after the Bills game, the Bills preseason game, I believe that the defense is going to carry our team. As of right now. Because that's what I've seen. And that's led by Ronald Darby, who we got for Jordan Matthews, and he's been looking very good. He's going to have a good year. I mean, he's going to have a good year, and I'm glad we got him. Because, like I said, we are in a very good receiving. We are in a good division. We are in a division with very good receivers: Odell Beckham, Brandon Marshall, Sterling Shepard, Des Bryant, Terrell Pryor, Jordan Reed. Then you can throw in Evan Ingram. So we're in a division with very good receivers, and that's big. That's big. But we need our offense to click. If our offense clicks, our defense clicks, we're gonna win it. I'm just telling you that right now. We're gonna win the division, and I think we match up well with the Giants. I'm not too worried about the Cowboys. I mean, the Redskins, I'm a little skeptical with because we are playing there week 1, and we've had a lot of issues playing them lately. I'm not too thrilled with week 1. I'm not too thrilled with week 1. That's a game that I'm very nervous about because listen, I think that things can fall apart like they did. I don't want thing. I mean, you're going into an environment where you haven't won since 2013. Okay, the very first game of Chip Kelly is when they won their last game at FedEx. Okay, so that was the last time they won a game there. Okay, they're starting the year with a bunch of new players. Jeffrey Smith, Barnett, Darby. Here's why I'm worried. I think things can fall apart. I think things can fall apart because you got a bunch of new players. The last time we got a bunch of new players like this, I guess you could say it's kind of close, was in 2 years ago when we went to Atlanta with DeMarco and Byron Maxwell and Kiko. Kiko actually had a good game that day. But things can fall apart, if you know what I mean. Like it can fall apart, and I'm really worried that it won't. I think Wentz will probably keep it together, but still, I mean, it's a possibility. Look, Notre Dame. All right, I'm gonna get off the Eagles for a second, and now we have 2 viewers. Yeah, welcome. You missed the Eagles talk. We're gonna talk about Notre Dame for a brief second. Their uniforms against Navy. When I go, I wanted to see them wear blue. We're talking about Notre Dame. Oh, they're on uniforms, and I'm going out there. I can't see the home blue now. Jesus Christ! Out into Notre Dame. I'm supposed to go out November 18th. All right, to see Notre Dame play Navy. Right. I want to see a regular Notre Dame home game. I want to see the Friday pep rally. I'm gonna go out to see the play like a champion, see the brand new renovated stadium for the very first time, and it's gonna be very nice. I'm supposed. Oh shit, these are actually kind of sick. Never mind. I want to see him wear the blue. I mean, I want to see him wear the home blue. I can't bitch. I'm not gonna bitch anymore. No, these are actually kind of sick. They're honoring Newt Rockney with these uniforms. Oh shit. So they're not doing a Shamrock series, and what the Shamrock series is, they go out. This year they're not doing the Shamrock series, and that's when, they pick a city, they take a home game city, they play the game in that city. Like last year they did San Antonio and they played in the Alamo Bowl. That's where then they did special uniforms and everything. 2 years ago they did Boston and they played in Fenway. It was actually kind of cool, and they do special uniforms and everything. This year they're just gonna play. They're gonna play. Obviously gonna play Navy. So they're just gonna wear special. All right, fine. I mean, I kind of wanted to see more of the blue, but these are actually kind of sick. Yeah. Yo, now it's sick. That's sick. 2 weeks, boys and girls. Notre Dame Temple. I can't wait to see that team play. I mean, listen, they're going to be a very good team. I mean, they're not. I'm not going to go out and say they're going to win the national championship. I'm not going to go out and say that they're going to do big things and go to the playoff, win the championship, go to a New Year's Six. I'm expecting a nice, clean 8-4 season. That's it. Nice bounce back year. Got a new offense coordinator, new defense coordinator. The receiving core is a little bit. The receiving core looks very good. They're a little bit more developed. The line is very experienced. The defense is starting to shape up good. The quarterback is not Kaiser, but he's pretty damn close. I'm just excited. I'm just excited. I'm just jumping up and down. I mean, here's the issue with football coming back. Then you got to get back, and then you got to go back to school and everything with all this lovely football. I mean, it's like the big toll. Like, to get the best sport to watch back, you're going to have to pay a toll and go back to school. I mean, seriously. That's the toll. That's the toll for us. Like, Labor Day weekend will be nice if I, in like 10 years, in like, I don't know, few years when I'm out, few years when I'm done school. It'd be nice. It'd be a very nice weekend, but no. Can't now because I'm in high school. All right, so I want to see the uniforms. I saw like one of the little pictures. I want to see the full uniform. Oh. These things are sick. So they're honoring Newt Rockney with these uniforms. Notre Dame, and that's the new coach. Oh no, he's not the new coach. Jesus Christ, he was the coach that I don't know if he was the first coach. I think he was the best coach in program history. I mean, he played at Notre Dame. Yeah, so obviously he couldn't be the first coach. He designed Notre Dame Stadium, won a couple national championships. That was when they were first really good. Here you go. I'm gonna have to tell my dad about this. Here we go. The Rockney uniforms. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be a nice 10-hour drive out to Notre Dame. Hopefully, there's no traffic around Pittsburgh or Cleveland or I mean, we're not going to Chicago. Oh shit! All right, here we go. Oh shit! Oh wow, these are nice. They have the vintage ND on top of the number. The uniform, it kind of reminds you of Navy. Or mid form. It's all Under Armour. Oh, the cleats. The cleats look like the old like boots they used. Oh, and then you have the gloves. They got the gloves saying Rockney. So the whole uniform's trying to honor Newt Rockney. Okay, and then there's like so above the ND they have the patch Under Armour, and then they have the patch Rockney, and then on like the sides, like under like around the armpit or like somewhere, they have the words of the famous speech before the one game against Army. You know, when Rudy, if you guys ever saw Rudy, it's like they're gonna go, you know, like that speech. Helmets like gold. Oh my god, this is great. I'm all right. Now I'm gonna buy it. Now I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy this jersey. That's crazy. That's sick. That is sick. Wow. I'm gonna go to that. Now I'm excited to go to that game. That's just sick. I like how Notre Dame's going a little bit more classic. You know, I like how they're doing the class, like you know, they're opening up the like more retro stuff. That's cool. That's very cool. Anyway, back to the Eagles after that little like nice Notre Dame thing. Um, yeah, I like to see him getting prepared. I want to see this line get prepared for Week 1. I want to see everybody get prepared for Week 1. I want to see this team just ball out against the Redskins. I like everybody else. I want to see this team just ball out. Darby looks great. The line has to, you know, it's pretty much, you know, the line has to shape up. The defense is good. Um, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what it is. The running back and the line has to just shape up. Other than that, I think we're in good shape. I mean, that's it. I mean, the defense, just bring it to week. I know the preseason, the regular season are two different things. But I mean, they have to bring how the same attitude to the regular season. If they do that, I think they're going to be I think they're going to be in great shape. I think they will be in great shape for Week 1. I really do. I really think they'll be in great shape. All right, so the Philly Podcast Fantasy Thon will be, that's what we're going to call it, the Fantasy Thon. That's going to be Monday night, late Monday night. We'll do the regular podcast in the afternoon, and then like late, we'll do the Fantasy Thon in preparation for the Phase Fantasy Football League Draft, which will be on Tuesday. That's my fantasy league. I don't know. Maybe we'll do a little something for the draft. I don't know. I got to talk to the commish. Yeah. So that's Tuesday. I got a draft tomorrow, so I got to start preparing for one of my other leagues. It's my dad's league, and he wants me. You know, he pretty much tells me. I mean, first of all, my dad takes me to this draft, and it's always a fun time with my dad's league. He pretty much gives me the team to run. I mean, we made it to the Final Four last year, which was kind of surprising. But the draft is probably the best part. Here's why. I mean, there was just a bunch of Roman Catholic grads, and they just get loaded. They get loaded. The third round, it's like, I pick Thomas Rawls. Then afterwards, they just put all their on free agency. On free agents. Then after the draft, they're just like all loaded, and you know they stay there for like all night. They're crazy. I mean, they're just crazy. Like they're the most drunk Irish guys you'll ever see in your life. So we had the fantasy on Monday, along with the regular podcast Monday. I don't know what time we'll decide that. If I don't do a podcast, the fantasy thing will definitely be Monday night. Tuesdays the regular podcast. Wednesday regular podcast. Thursday, there might not be a podcast. Trying to get down the Phillies game on Thursday. I mean, they play at 105. I mean, I'm not doing anything on Thursday. Friday, regular podcast. Oh, well, wait, I don't know if we might get a regular podcast done on Friday because that's another day I might get the Phillies game, so we'll see where that goes. And then I have officially announced a time after the week of September 5th. All podcasts is going to be at 4 o'clock. And the week after, starting Labor Day, all podcasts will be at 4 o'clock. Because on September 5th, I start school, and that's that. That's that. All right. So thanks for tuning in, guys. The Eagles ball next week. The Eagles guy. I'm gonna can tell you this right now. Next week's preseason game is gonna be big. It's gonna be big next week. It's gonna be pretty big. Starters, last audition, last the third preseason game is like the best. It is the best. So that's next week. All right. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys Monday.